elaborate lie news submitted by Joe's Hair again.
This thing is out of control, I swear.
I'm going for the mad scientist look.
It looks weird now.
It's a pompadour now.
It's too much now.
It's a bombador.
I mean, Joe's Hair likes to submit a lot of articles. Huh?
I know.
A man is sentenced to jail with 6 felonies for practicing architecture without a license for nearly a decade.
How fucking dare he, you fucking criminal?
How dare he build that skyscraper without a license?
Why did the city approve it?
Yeah, who's the fucking idiot that looked at the plans and goes, that's right.
Which is a piece of paper with crayons.
Good job, world famous architect.
So Paul Newman.
Sounds like an architecture name.
What was the word?
Neumann?
No. The Seinfeld reference.
Newman.
Wasn't it?
It's just his name, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But what's amazing to me is that you know only that reference.
Yeah.
But there's a very famous man named Paul
I
Newman.
know. But I wanted to do a reference.
Okay.
So I was like, Newman. But then I forgot if that was really his name. Anyways, moving on.
Is there an inside Seinfeld connection you guys had? I don't know.
We can't talk about it on camera.
No, not anymore. Just
Not
we're
on
moving
camera.
on.
Not on camera.
So anyways, his name is Paul Newman. He's 49 years old. He's a respected figure, or was a respected figure in the construction industry in New York. He was a draftsman, a graphic designer, and an architect. He lived with his wife and 2 sons in the home that he designed himself.
Also a con artist.
He also coached Little League, football, and baseball, but his life was built on a lie.
Ooh.
Why? Because he wasn't an architect. He was an S&M bondage guy.
No, so from the headline, he never actually got his license. He just cut corners.
Did he even have a license? Tell me he had a license at least to coach Little League.
Yeah, because that's what I want to know.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the important stuff.
Because you're teaching kids like a bunch of shit they don't like if you're not qualified.
What if all throughout life he bullshits everything? All right, guys. When you hit the ball, you run that way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I want to do to my kids so bad. It's like
Control them
right now you're
forever.
watching the sport of soccer. It's like baseball. And so that way they just get fucking rolled through school, just completely wrecked.
That sucks.
You're so mean.
Yeah, he's like, okay, he's like, hey, teacher, can I use the bathroom? And it's like, sure. And he's like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna go out the window. And the teacher would be like, what the fuck? Yeah, I taught him all doors are windows.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty good, right? And if I commit to that shit, and I'm always like, okay, I'm walking out the window.
And every time you get caught, it's like, oh, that's how we say it in the East Coast.
See?
Fast forward 20 years. Hey, Steve, what's it like having your kid never talk to you?
As a rejoinder, who's the baddest motherfucker that ever lived? My son. Because he got bullied everywhere and he is still alive.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Only by you.
Or not, and then I'm so disappointed.
You're disappointed that he killed himself?
Testing him. It's like that Johnny Cash song, he named him Sue to just make him a tough son of a bitch. Yeah. So.
That's some gangster shit. You know, the old days, like, it's kind of like they were even hardcore than us, because the older generation look at us like pansies. We used to fucking kill people. World War II, whatever, right? And then they had Johnny Cash, but all the music back then was so like,
Yeah.
Because life was so tough, man.
They had to do something.
It's like the fucking monkeys and shit.
it's like it has to be way more positive to make up for so much sadness, but it's so funny. And then you have his lyrics, it's like, I shot a guy, but it's like, it's still like, dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Nowadays, shit is so dark, dude. Like a Law and Order episode is like, I was raped, and then I was like assaulted, and then I was raped in the car by a cop. It's always like, God, everything's so fucking dark. Where life is easier than ever for everyone.
100%. And Ice-T is trying to figure it out for some reason.
Right.
The rapper.
He's like, you guys are too happy, let me just bring you down a little bit.
So he started off as a draftsman in the 90s, working for an architecture firm. And bosses said that he was really talented, that his hand-drawn renderings of projects were amazing. And this was before computers. Bosses were saying that he was studying to be an architect, that it was his dream to become an architect. He ended up leaving that company in 2005, and then coworkers never heard from him after that. Then he started his own company in 2010, and he was getting big jobs as an architect, even though he never actually went to school to get his license. And so the architecture license requires years of work experience, formal education, and a lengthy examination, which is a very hard test, apparently, and it lasts for days. So he just cut corners, skipped getting the license, and just started doing work as an architect.
All I hear is that this guy's a genius.
I mean, right?
Yeah, because I was thinking about the whole safety and all that stuff, but there's enough checks and balances to where, like, usually when you build a structure, the government will have inspectors that goes, well, and then they will look at your blueprints and all that shit and be like, well, that's not safe, that's not safe. They'll let you know, you gotta redo that.
Well, I mean, the architect is pretty high up in the whole building process, so I feel like maybe the inspectors might not even realize, like, once the building's already completed, I don't know. Like, there's got to be a reason why it's illegal.
Not necessarily. I mean, we have a lot of stupid laws too.
But it's like accountants, lawyers, everyone has like a like body that they report to. Like, you have to take the CPA license to practice as, you know what I mean? Like, you have to take the bar exam to be a lawyer. Like, you can't just willy-nilly be a professional.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's a genius. Because he's been doing it, and he had a huge professional career over it.
Yeah, I mean, he was talented, seems like, but...
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I haven't seen one of his buildings yet, so I'm not going to say he's talented yet.
Oh, yeah, I'm jumping the gun.
Got a lot of work, I guess.
Like, I did the first ever wood skyscraper, 100% wood.
100%.
You know, I don't know. It's like, ugh.
Made out of toothpicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he even made a fake rubber stamp and used it to sign off on over 1,000 building plans and inspections.
That's how he did it.
Yeah, he
You
has
have to get approved.
He's doing something fraudulent.
No, he's a white guy.
I thought he was gonna be
That's
Chinese.
what I thought too. 'Cause that sounds like Monterey Park right now. Yeah.
The rules, it's like, wow.
That's kind of like white collar crime, though, right?
Oh, see, when they're doing crime, it's on that level.
Is fraud white collar? I don't know.
I feel like probably.
Maybe.
I mean, I feel like white collar crime is anything not involving like guns. It's kind of like paperwork and, not following all the rules. I don't know.
That's pretty close to cashing fake checks.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
So then at one point, he took a job in Florida for a project to construct an add-on for a church. But he failed to complete that job, so the bishop, he ended up filing a complaint with the New York Board of Architecture.
They're like, who is this guy?
The board fined Paul for practicing architecture without a license, and then his whole company started to be investigated. He started to remove any reference to architecture in his marketing and then replace it with design services. And then in 2016, the New York State Attorney General indicted him, and he was arrested in April of 2017. He pleaded guilty to 6 felonies, including grand larceny, forgery, fraud, and unlicensed practice of architecture.
How long can you go to jail for that?
2 to 7 years, and also he has to pay $115,000 in restitution.
He made a lot more than that.
Wait, that's a huge felony? Is it 6 felonies? 2 to 7 years, right? That's a
For
huge
6
gap.
felonies.
Right, that's a lot of felonies, brah.
Yeah.
And only maybe 2 years?
Yeah.
That's pretty tight.
I guess because it's
Even
the type
one.
of crime. It's not like violent crime, maybe.
What do you mean? He's making money off people and not even having a license.
Yeah, but it's not violent crime, right?
But you're frauding.
Hey, you didn't say that shit during the hot dog one, man. You racist bastard.
Wait, so white collar crime usually do you go to the same prison?
You go to federal prison or some shit, right?
But this
Is it a federal
this
crime?
is a state matter,
Or is
though.
it
'cause
state?
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's state.
Well, state is 2 years minimum, right?
I don't know.
Even if you go to, even if you do nonviolent crime, but if it's on a high level, I think you might just go to regular jail too.
Yeah, he's not gonna survive, dude. He's gonna, or he will. He might come out a badass. I don't know. He's resourceful fucking shit.
Maybe he'll study for his exam while he's in there.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, he might
for
come out
free.
better.
And 116 G's, that's it, bud?
I'm pretty sure he made a lot more than that.
He's probably banned from even getting a license now.
Do you think any of his buildings are crumbling? Because what if he's like super talented? He was just lazy to get the license. Because I'm kind of like that. I always look for other ways. What's the least illegal way for me to do something?
Least
But see,
illegal,
that
so
to
it's
me-
still illegal?
Shortcuts are for smart people.
That's kind of true. Like, there's all this red tape and stuff, like signing up
I'm
with
like,
the
rules,
state.
schmooze, that's for other people, not for me, you know?
Dude, how many shitty lawyers pass the bar?
True.
All of them. Right.
It's, you know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like the system cheated me. I had straight A's, 4.0 for a whole entire year, and then after that, I kept going, and I was like, I need a good GPA to get a job, all this stuff. Nobody gives a fuck about your GPA. You work so hard in college, it's like, why? The GPA doesn't matter. I could have fucking passed with a C. As long as I got a degree, it was a degree. But
Yeah.
I fucked myself over. So I was like, from then on, I'm going back to being a criminal.
Oh, no.
Amen.
I learned my lesson.
It's about who you know and who you blow. That's what it is.
And if you're part Indian, just open the gate. You're coming through, dude.
You want an engineering job? Just gotta be Indian.
You're good, man.
Everybody wants an Indian.
Like Native American Indian or like Indian?
Mostly, I mean, if you're Native American, you can go anywhere and do anything.
You know, I was in Oklahoma. There's actually a lot of Native Americans in Oklahoma. The thing that I didn't know was they look like 99% white people. Like,
Oh.
we were at the casino, and then I was like, huh, Indian casino, cool. And I was like, where's all the Indians? And then like the
They
dealer.
still looked like the fucking 1800s version. Like,
No, I mean I don't expect fucking like the chief running bull or whatever with the fucking big headdress. I mean like we have Indian casinos here in California. They look like Mexicans. They look like, or like they're brown, you know?
Oh.
But over there, I was like, oh, cool. Like, this is an Indian casino. Damn, there's a lot of natives here, huh? And then, like, so I was talking to the dealer, and I'm like, so where are they? And then he was like, you're looking at them.
You should ask his percentage though. It's like, yo, how much Indian are you?
That's the thing. It's like,
Incorrect,
it's
too
a
much.
really small percentage, but they still have like an ID and all that stuff.
I forgot what it takes. It's like 2% or some shit. It's something very nominal.
Oh, really? I'm 1%. I was
try,
almost
not
there.
enough.
You're not in Oklahoma.
And it also depends on the type of Native American you are. If you're like Inuit, it doesn't count.
It's a certain tribes and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
certain tribes like Cherokee, whatever.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. For more, please subscribe to our channel. And you can check out the last video right here.